Hey, BSNL, PWA. Zindabad, Zindabad. Hey, BSNL, Zindabad. Zindabad. 1 minute. Face. The flag we will hoist.
Yeah.
Then there will be Janaganamana after that.
Okay.
After that, we take 1, 2, 3 seconds. We will hoist our. In the top, Janaganamana will start.
സാറേ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് തരിക സാർ ഇങ്ങോട്ട്
പതുക്കെ പൊക്കിയാൽ മതി. ടോപ്പ് ബോർഡൊക്കെ കറക്റ്റ് ആണ് നോക്കി.
भारत माता की जय। भारत माता की जय। भारत माता की जय। भारत माता की जय। भारत माता की जय।
After that, we will start our slogans. To any extent, without limit. And who is going to hoist? Our President D. Gopalakrishnaji will be hoisting the flag.
Association Zindabad. 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 BSNL Pension Welfare Association Zindabad. 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 All India Conference Zindabad. 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 India Conference Zindabad. 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 India Conference Zindabad. 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 BSNL Pension Welfare Association Zindabad. 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 Awake, arise, unite, comrades.
Awake, unite, comrades.
Awake, arise, unite, comrades.
Awake, unite, comrades.
March forward, our ultimate goal. Inqilab Zindabad. Inqilab Zindabad. Pension card. BSNL Pension Welfare Association Zindabad. BSNL Pension Welfare Association Zindabad. Inqilab Zindabad. Zindabad. Zindabad.
तुम मोर स्वरर मिलन सृष्टि करी चालू ऐक्यतानु मळे सूर जो तारो मारो बने आपणो सूर निराळो माझ्या तुमच्या जुळता तारा मधुर सुरांच्या बरसती धारा सुर की नदियां हर दिशा से बहके सागर में मिले बादलों का रूप लेके बरसे हल्के हल्के हो मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा ओ सुर
സ്നാപ്പിൽ അവന്
Hello. 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 I am Krishna Swami, Circle Secretary, Kerala. Good morning to all. Vanakkam, Namaste, Namaskar. Today we are holding the 6th All India Conference of BSNL city of Cochin. It is with immense pleasure and a profound sense of occasion that we now commence the inaugural ceremony with your permission. I seek the esteemed presence of dignitaries on the stage. I will call the names one by one. Please come to the stage and start the meeting, the conference. First, I invite respected D. Gopalakrishnan, National President, AIBSNL PWA, to the dais. Somebody should lead him to the stage. Now, I have to invite our Honorable MB Haibi Eden, who has yet to
security system is under severe attack by the government. The recent amendments made to the CCS pension rule affect us as well because we are covered by the said rule. It's quite astonishing that the government sought to make the amendments under the guise of finance bill, which is for a single year, deviating from the said procedure and practices. It is still more astonishing that the formal Gazette notification was issued in haste and implemented the act with a retrospective effect by more than half a century, never heard in the history. The country has witnessed widespread emphatic protest by pensioners against the amendment, which is meant to supersede all the judgments pronounced by the Supreme Court of India and various high courts during half a century. It implies that all the judgments of the constitutional benches or the apex court stand annulled. Validation of pension rules conferring absolute, unbridled, unassailable powers to the government to discriminate pensioners. The amendments shall impact recommendations to the proposed 8th Central Pay Commission, and National Conference will seriously and subsequent decisions of the government thereon. I am sure that the National Conference will seriously deliberate upon this issue and take suitable decisions to fight out the attack unitedly. In January 2025, few days before elections to Delhi Legislative Assembly were decided, the government announced its decision to set up 8th Central Pay Commission, but no follow-up action was taken for the next 9 months. Now, few days before the elections to Bihar Legislative Assembly are to be declared, the 8th CPC is constituted. Unlike in the past, it's a 3-member commission. Perusal of the terms of reference announced shows that it is mere repetition of the terms of reference of 7th CPC, except a significant addition that the 8th CPC should consider the unified cost of non-contributory pension schemes, which gives clear indication of the present government's attitude towards statutory pension. Government had sought views of the JCM staff side on the terms of reference, but totally ignored suggestions given by the staff side, which represents the major stakeholder, employees and pensioners numbering about 1.2 crores. Our plea for inclusion of pension revision of BSNL bar MTNL retirees in terms of reference is also neglected. Our association has been trying to secure a sustainable system for periodic revision of our pension. We have won many a legal battle, but the government has not honored the judicial pronouncements. I hope that Sri Haibi Eden, the energetic member of Lok Sabha from Ernakulam and chairman of the reception committee of this national conference, will render all possible help to us in achieving our long pending and just demand. Reception committee has made all possible arrangements for the smooth conduct of the national conference. Still, there may be some shortcomings and lapses. I am sure all of you, being matured senior citizens, will bear with the hosts. I hope that your valuable contribution to the debate will make the conference a memorable one. Once again, I welcome you to this event. Comrades, I welcome Sri Haibi Eden MP, who has kindly consented to inaugurate our conference despite his busy schedule. I welcome him in his absence. We think that he will be coming within a few minutes. I welcome Comrade D. Gopalakrishnan, our national president, who presides over this function. I welcome Comrade KD Sebastian, National President SNPWA. He is also expected. Yes, sir. Yeah, he's here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I welcome Comrade Shyam Kumar. He hasn't turned up. He will be coming, I think. He is the Circle President of All India Retired BSNL Executives Welfare Association. I welcome Comrade G.N. Hariharan Nair, Circle Secretary, DOT, BSNL Pensioners Association, Kerala. I welcome Comrade P.S. Ramanankutti, All India Advisor, BSNL PWA. I welcome Comrade V. Veraprasad, General Secretary of BSNL PWA. I welcome Comrade T.S. Vitoban, Treasurer, BSNL PWA. I welcome Comrade Anupam Kaul, Deputy General Secretary, BSNL PWA. I welcome you one and all once more. Thank you very much.
Comrades and ladies on the dais, and the delegates and observers who have assembled throughout the country. On behalf of CHQ, I appreciate the reception committee for making this conference a very successful and memorable one. The hall itself is overflowing. That shows the strength of All India BSNL Pensioners Welfare Association. Now, 6th All India Conference is being held here in Kerala. Kerala has got many firsts. In my mind, that the fighting capacity of the Keralites is supreme in the entire country. Whatever party they belong to, their immediate reaction is fight on the streets. It is not only left, whether it is Congress or BJP or whatever party it is, any mass organization. Fight is the first thing that comes to my mind if I refer to Kerala. I don't want to go much behind the history of Kerala, but one thing which has happened very recently on 1st of November, in the whole of country, extreme poverty is eliminated in Kerala. This is the first state in the country. I have seen an editorial in the Hindu, even various nations in the global, they should take the example of Kerala. And highest literacy is in Kerala. So it has got so many firsts. So on behalf of CHQ, I congratulate those comrades. This conference is being held in a very critical juncture, both internationally and nationally. See, a few days back, the President of the United States of America has announced that they are going to test the nuclear bomb after 33 years of gap. What will happen? Next, China will announce, Russia will announce, then there will be a war situation in the whole world. You can't talk about the pension revision, you can't talk about the Validation Act. Unless and until global remains peaceful. After 33 years, he has announced. The second point, I'm not going into details. The second point, Donald Trump has announced tariff increase on many countries, including India. It has got its global implication. It has got its effect on the national economy of India. Now, we are facing it. We should understand, USA is a democratic country, India also is a democratic country, but the existing president of United States announcement is being challenged in the Supreme Court of America. That case is going to being taken up tomorrow by the Supreme Court of America. But in India, you can't go to the court, even to the Supreme Court, against the sitting prime minister, against the sitting president, leave alone those elected executives. Even against the election commissioner, you can't go to the court, even if they indulge in malpractices. We are also called democratic country. See the contrast. A sitting president of India is being challenged in the Supreme Court of America. Here, even the election commissioner cannot be dragged to the Supreme Court of India. Let us understand. I am not going into very many details. As Padanoy has mentioned, that we have got a long agenda. And most important is the pension revision. But now, the Validation Act 2025 has overtaken that. Please understand the danger what we are facing today. See, by presenting the 25-26 financial bill by the Honorable Finance Minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, Part 4 deals with the Validation Act. And in that Part 4, what is the intention of this government? To reduce the fiscal deficit. How they are going to reduce the fiscal deficit? By cutting pension expenditure. Understand the design behind it. There are so many ways to control the fiscal deficit. But why should they touch the pensioners? Are they not competent to fight back? Comrades, please understand. Some people have got wrong understanding about that law. I will deal with it during our subject committee. But the urgency in which it was moved, on 25th March, Parliament passed the bill as part of Finance Bill. On 29th March, Gazette notification was issued by the Ministry of Law and Justice, not even Department of Pension and Pensioners Welfare. Understand the significance. Within 4 days, the government was quick enough to act to bring in Gazette notification. The clear intention is to divide the pensioners on the basis of date of retirement. It's obvious if you go through the rules. 149, 150, if you read the Part 4 of Validation Act, it's very clear that what was there prior to 60 Central Pay Commission. If you understand and correctly understood the speech of Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, the Honorable Finance Minister of India, on the floor of Parliament, you can understand the existing pensioners, their pension will not be reduced. What does it indicate? Existing pension will not be touched, but you will not get the future pension. That is behind it. And she also said in the same way, the defense pensioners, they will not be affected in any way, because CCS pension rule is not covering the defense pensioners. They have got a different set of rules. See, read the parliament speech of finance minister again and again and again. You can understand the difference. So your existing pension will not be touched. Future pension will not be there. That is the behind it. Otherwise, how will they reduce the fiscal deficit by reducing the pension expenditure? This is the design behind it. But let me tell you, the same government, in the same budget, they have introduced a new scheme called ELI, Employment Linked Incentive. Understand? They have allotted during this financial year 99,446 crores for this scheme. According to this scheme, target beneficiaries will be 1.92 crore first-time employees. The scheme says, if you are the first-time employee, that employee will get an incentive of 15,000 rupees from government. 15,000. That too not in one installment, in two installments. But what is the incentive that is given to the employer who is employing for the first time the employee? That employer, according to the scheme, will get 3,000 rupees per month. The scheme is for 2 years. That means the employee will get an incentive of 15,000 rupees, but the employer will get 72,000 rupees. And what is this government idea? Is it employee related? Is it employee oriented or employer oriented? The same budget. So let us understand, these are all the differences. Let me tell you, what is the position? I am quoting the RBI data. In the last 5 years, 2019-20 to 24-25, the annual liability of every Indian household has increased by 102%. Every household annual liability has increased by 102%, whereas their assets have increased only by 48%. What does it show? In the last 5 years, I am only quoting RBI data. So it shows annual liability of every household, including the pensioners' household. The liability has increased by 102%. Now let us understand. And we should also understand history. I am not going into very many details. When the working class got the benefit from the government, the pensioners or the central government employees, when they got the benefit, if you go through the history of recent past, you can understand whenever there was a stable government with one-party rule, the employees and the common public did not get the benefit. Whenever there was a coalition government, the ruling party in single party does not enjoy the majority, then only the people and the pensioner community and the central government employees got the benefit. You can understand? When the central government employees got the bonus, when the railway employees got the bonus, when the PNT employees got the bonus, and the Charan Singh government, please understand, Ram Vilas Paswan was the railway minister. Railway employees got the bonus. Even though there was a demand, quoting that, PNT employees also got it by serving a strike notice. So let us understand. And how we got, the central government employees got 40% increase, after the pay commission? When it was held? Please understand, whenever there was a coalition government, that too supported by a left party, whether inside or outside, then only the people at large and the central government employees and the pensioners got the benefit. The government, pay commission, 50th Central Pay Commission has only recommended 20% increase. How it became 40%? Because left is insisted. You have to increase to by 40%. And the government has to lean on the support of the left. That is how we got the 40% increase. Let us understand. And the attitude of the government, whether it is Congress government or BJP government, their intention is to reduce the number of public sector, disinvest, reduce the number of employees in the public sector. That has been the attitude. I can tell you, the UPA 1 government under Dr. Manmohan Singh decided actually to disinvest 39.01% to 75% in 13 public sector undertakings. Under pressure from the left, it was dropped. 75% disinvestment, UPA 1 government proposed. That was stoutly opposed by the left parties because they were leaning on the support of the left. Ultimately, the proposal has to be dropped. The number of central public sector employees in 2016-17, it was 11,35,675 regular employees. As on 31/3/24, it came down to 8,14,018 regular employees. And within 5 years, how much decrease? On the other hand, contract laborers have increased by 7,04,565. This is the approach of the government. Similarly, central pay commissions. You can understand, though due to paucity of time, I am not going into the details. Please also understand that terms of reference. What was the terms of reference in 6th CPC? It was headed by Justice B.N. Krishna with 2 members and 1 member secretary. Here in 8th CPC, you have got 1 chairperson, 2 part-time member secretary. Even in the 7th Pay Commission, there was 1 chairman, 2 members and 1 member secretary. Here even the number of members in the Pay Commission is reduced. The terms of reference of the 6th CPC says, I am only going with regard to the pension, to examine the principles which should govern the structure of pension, DCRG, family pension, and other terminal and recurring benefits having financial implications to the present and former central government employees appointed before January 1, 2004. Is it clear? Absolutely clear. They have not omitted past pensioners. After 2004, you know that NPS has come. What 7 CPC terms of reference says, headed by Justice Ashok Kumar Mathur, to examine the principles which should govern the structure of pension and other retirement benefits, including revision of pension in the case of employees who have retired prior to the date of effect of these recommendations, keeping in view that retirement benefits of all central government employees appointed on and after 1/1/2004 are covered by the new pension scheme. Then, to make recommendations on the above, keeping in view, 1, the economic conditions of the country and the need for fiscal prudence. 2, the need to ensure that adequate resources are available for developmental expenditure and welfare measures. 3, the likely impact of the recommendations on the finances of the state government, which usually adopt the recommendations with some modifications. 4, the prevailing emolument structure and retirement benefits available to employees of central public sector undertakings. And 5, the best global practices and their adaptability and relevance in Indian conditions. 6, to recommend the date of effect of its recommendation on all the above. This is the 7th CPC recommendation, Gazette notification issued on 28th February 2014. Now, 8th CPC terms of reference have come. What does it say? Para 2E, sub 2, to review the DCRG and pensions of employees not borne on the NPS, including UPS, and make recommendations thereon, keeping in view para 3 below. What para 3 says? The unfunded cost of non-contributory pension scheme. What does it mean? Nothing but OPS, old pension scheme. That is called a defined pension scheme. NPS is called a defined contributory scheme. So, it is very clear that the 8th Central Pay Commission terms of recommendation is contrary to the earlier Pay Commission recommendations. See, you link this with the Validation Act. What they want to do? Already they have enacted an act in the Parliament, appointed a 8th Central Pay Commission, terms of reference is finalized. Some of the big leaders, when we were talking on the virtually, big leaders, I don't want to name them. We are hoping against the hope that the government will give the same term of reference as it was in 7th CPC. Big leaders. But we had our own understanding about the situation. Big leaders thought the government will have the same terms of reference for 8th CPC on par with 7th CPC. Absolutely not. The cat is out of the bag. So please understand these terms of reference, linking with Validation Act, linking with the pension revision, what is going to happen. It is for you to apply your mind, discuss, deliberate, come to certain concrete conclusions. What should be our approach? This is the most important issue as far as I am concerned. There are many other issues, but this takes precedence over all other issues. Please understand the danger behind it. And we are the biggest pensioners association in telecom. By number, not only by strength, but it is a kicking organization, live and kicking organization. No organization can be compared. General Secretary gave a call on WhatsApp. We want to fight legally the pension division case. Please donate. Within a month, you have given 1 crore 11 lakhs as legal funds. My friend sitting here, Hariharan Nair, their association is different. They had confidence in our association. This is the organization which can legally fight. They contributed 1 lakh. Oh, Honorable Member of Parliament of Ernakulam, Cochin has come. We welcome him. So, I have to give way for him because he is a very busy parliamentarian. So naturally, I don't want to go much into the other details, but please understand that I am only making a request to the Member of Parliament. He is a young, energetic, Honorable MP, E.B. Eden. Sir, the whole conference is very much exercised over the passing of Validation Act along with the Financial Bill 2026. Part 4 of the financial bill deals with the validation acts. The intention of the government is reduce the fiscal deficit by touching upon the pension expenditure, by reducing the pension expenditure. And the 8th Central Pay Commission is appointed by the present government, and last week terms of reference is released. Last week, when we go through the terms of reference of the 8th Central Pay Commission compared to the 7th and 6th Central Pay Commission, it is obvious that this 7th Central Pay Commission is not going to consider the pension revision for the existing pensioners in the background of the Validation Act. You belong to a respectable All India party, and your leader, N. Venugopal, raised on the floor of Parliament when it was introduced. We saw it in the TV, how much he was objecting to. Now it has become an act of Parliament. Now, legally we are challenging it before the Supreme Court of India. The pensioner community as a whole joined and formed an association, Forum of Civil Pensioners, and we are fighting. We have already filed a petition before the Supreme Court of India. I only request, Honorable Member of Parliament, please take this issue a very serious issue, because there are 63 lakhs of pensioners throughout the country in central government alone. There are 1 crore state government pensioners, and this is going to be followed by the state governments. So more than 1 crore 75 lakhs families are going to be affected, which will have its reflection on the political scenario. Keeping this in mind, I would only make an honest request to Honorable Member of Parliament of Kochi that in whatever forum you can take it up, even on the floor of Parliament, even within your party forum, we request you to take up the issue seriously, and the entire country is expecting, because we are representing Pan-India. This hall is only a militant section of the pensioners community. Even though we are retired, we are not tired. We are prepared to fight back, and please help us to see that the Validation Act is withdrawn by the present government. Thank you, comrades. Now, I request Honorable Member of Parliament, E.B. Eden, to inaugurate the conference. Since it was little bit late, I have addressed my presidential address. Now, Honorable MP will formally inaugurate our 6th All India Conference of All India BSNL Pensioners Welfare Association. Please come.
The president of today's function, National President of the All India BSNL Pensioners Welfare Association, Sri D. Gopalakrishnan, General Secretary Sri V. Varaprasad, Working Chairman Sri R. N. Pandanair, General Convener Sri T. P. George, distinguished leaders of the All India BSNL Pensioners Welfare Association, on the dais, off the dais, and friends and pensioners who have gathered from across the country for the 6th All India national conference. At the outset, I would like to congratulate the Pensioners Association, the BSNL Pensioners Association, for organizing such a very vibrant conference in the God's own country of Kerala and the Queen of Arabian Sea, Kochi. I would like to welcome you all to the beautiful city of Cochin. After the protest, you can enjoy our backwaters as well and enjoy our beautiful seafood also. You would have noticed in the parliament, the laws passed in the parliament in the last 11 years have been laws which are not been on the people's side. All the public sector undertakings have been privatized. If you decide not to travel via air, if you take a policy decision, then it is going to trouble all of us, because all the companies, all the airline companies have been privatized, all the airports have been privatized, all the seaport have been privatized. The telecom sector is widely being privatized. We have one of the biggest refineries in the country, the Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, which they tried to privatize, but fortunately it is so much of worth that nobody is ready to take it. The value is so huge that nobody has been able to take it. So it is still in the public sector. Even if you look at the shipyard, Cochin Shipyard Limited, the first greenfield shipping yard in the country, the first indigenous aircraft carrier INS Vikrant was built in Cochin Shipyard Limited. Even 25% of the shares of the Cochin Shipyard is also being sold. So the entire agenda of the government of India is to make sure that even when it comes to the life insurance corporation, all the corporate companies are coming into the public sector space, and the entire public sector is being privatized. BSNL, I don't know how many of you use BSNL here. All are using? Are you getting? Are you getting network? I am not getting network properly. Because there was a time when you travel from Trivandrum to Kasargod on a train, you won't have one bit of hindrance on your mobile phone. But now, the call drop is so frequent. Whenever you call on BSNL, I don't think most of the time it is not registered on the network or some sort of technical issue. And I believe that all these technical glitch is happening only because, they are keeping towers every day, they are building new structures every day, but unfortunately it is for another company. So the people sitting inside this hall have a clear vision, a clear mission. Like the president of the function said, our vision and mission is to make sure that whenever the validation bill is going to come in 2026, it's our moral responsibility to fight and defeat the bill inside the parliament and outside the parliament. 3 काला कानून लाया था, आपको पता है? Farmers law, 3 farmers more than 1 year in the extreme weather conditions, in the extreme cold, extreme heat. They were on the roads with the tractors, borders were closed, they were brutally beaten up. But the voice was so strong that the dictatorship government wanted to accept it. They couldn't deny the rights of the farmers of this country because they are the backbone of our country. So in spite of the heavy, when they protested, the government had to bow down their heads to the farmers of this country. So there is nothing impossible. We have been jointly protesting. All the democratic secular forces inside the parliament have been jointly protesting in many common issues, many common spaces. The party I represent also have been raising the voice constantly on these matters. And as I said, I don't know whether you have seen the parliament channel mein to dekha hai ki nahi, they won't show us when we shout the slogans. The camera will be always on the speaker. But outside the parliament, if you see, I am the leading sloganeering person inside the parliament. So I am assuring you, there are many matters related to the pensioners. One is regarding the revision, pension revision. Another is the validation bill rightly pointed out. We have no clue how, on what basis, on benchmark they are going to make it. There are huge number of people who are very anxious, pensioners who are very anxious about this. I'm glad that the BSNL pensioners have raised this very vocally, and I assure you in this All India conference that my voice, our efforts, my party's efforts would be with the pensioners of this country, and we should strongly, vehemently oppose this bill. And this is a great opportunity. I was so proud to hear the voice of the president. He said, we are not weak, we are still strong to fight these Kala Kanun, these black laws. And I'm very sure that if we together raise this voice, all the members of parliament, you should send emails and letters and meet your local MPs and make sure that they raise their voice against this law. And I'm pretty sure that our voice would be heard, and they will have to bow their heads in front of our strength and voice. With these words, I would like to declare this All India Conference, 6th All India Conference of the All India BSNL Pensioners Welfare Association inaugurated. Thank you. Jai Hind.
On behalf of the entire House, I thank Honorable Member of Parliament of Kochi for giving us an assurance that they will raise the voice and they will fight along with us, and they will see that pensioners' interests are protected. This kind of an assurance coming from a Member of Parliament, sitting Member of Parliament, is reassuring, and we are very much thankful to Honorable MP. And for your information, we have already approached more than 100 MPs belonging to different parties on the question of validation of Act. All party means it includes BJP. Why do you separately? So every party, whether they belong to Congress or BJP or left or right or center, whatever it is, all the parties, irrespective of their political affiliation, we are approaching because they are elected parliamentarians. They represent the people of India. So the people of India voice is represented through them. So we are making a honest appeal to all the members of parliament. So far we have contacted more than 100 MPs, and they have also assured. So please, as per your assurance, please see that you have also taken note of our pension revision. So whenever you find time, our local people will come and apprise you about the demand. And on behalf of the entire House, I thank him because he has got a very big busy schedule. And with that schedule, he wanted to honor the commitment he made to the pensioner community. And on behalf of you all, I thank him for his wonderful lecture inaugurating the conference. Thank you so much. Now, I request KD Sebastian, President of SNPWA Central Headquarters, to greet the conference.
Comrade Gopalakrishnan, National President of AI BSNL PWA, who is an avid student, a methodical teacher, and a learned professor of the pensioner community. It has been very nice to hear him over the audios. Now, several times I have been listening to that because it has been all very. It has all been very enlightening, and we could understand the depth of knowledge that he has got. Comrade Varaprasad, who is equally prominent, the General Secretary of AIBSNL PWA, my dear good friend, Comrade P.S. Ramankutti, advisor, who has been an indomitable force in the pensioners community for years and years. He has never yielded. His ill health, his old age, I don't say that he has old age, but he keeps himself young, energetic, enthusiastic, and sees that the pensioners movement and the trade union movement in the country is going very high, very spirited, fighting and kicking. Comrade Shyam Kumar, Circle President of AAR BSNL EWA. We have been working very closely together, and he's a very nice person, and he's been leading the AAR BSNL EWA. Comrade Hariharan Nair, who has been with me during our days in SNEA. Now he's leading the DOT BSNL Pensioners Welfare Association as its Circle Secretary. It's very nice to meet him once again. Comrade T.S. Wittoben, Treasurer AIBSNL PWA, and Comrade Anupam Kaul. Comrade Anupam Kaul, we have been together in the SNEA and AIBSNL EA. I remember you, we have been, very closely associated, not only as my friend, he's a close friend of our General Secretary, Comrade G.L. Jogi. Comrade R.N. Padanair, he is the force, he's a guiding force, he's the leading man, he's so calm, collected, and cool. He keeps things going and sees that everything is done meticulously. We have seen his activities on the all India basis, and more particular in Kerala, and even very especially in our own city, Cochin or Ernakulam. He has been the real mentor, guiding force of trade union activities in this part of the country. Comrade T.P. George, my very close friend, he's equally dynamic, he's equally committed and dedicated. He has been leading the AIBSNL PWA for the last so many years. And, I've got Comrade Gangadhar Rao in the audience, who has also been with me. We have been working together in the AIBSNL when it started during the formation. And, I'm extremely thrilled and happy to see that a multitude of delegates have gathered here in the conference, which represents that the AIBSNL PWA is a force. And as your president declared here, we are not tired, but we are ready to fight. And on your faces, in your hearts, I can see that spirit reflecting. So let us see that we fight together, we go together, and we defeat the sinister moves of the government, whatever it be. And I know that, and you and all know, as our president has already highlighted, that we are going through a very critical juncture. And this meeting is being held at this crucial moment when, not only the finance bill, but the terms of reference of the 8th Pay Commission has come out. And we can see that the government, by declaring the terms of reference, has made it amply clear that it is going to be against the pensioners, against the old pensioners or the OPS pensioners, by stating that, you are a drain on the exchequer, you are unfunded, you are non-contributory. These are the terms that the government has used to describe our people. And this derogatory statement, it doesn't behove a welfare state, a state that should take care of the old age pensioners, a state that should take care of the welfare of the ill and the sick and the aged. They are saying that you are a drain on the exchequer. So it is really shameful. It is something that is to be very gravely protested, and I am sure that we will all stand together to protest it. I am coming to the other part of the thing. The finance bill, which has been promulgated on 25th March 2025, you already have had a discussion on that, and I'm sure that this conference will also deliberate on that. We have been actively pursuing this thing because this finance bill, the government has asserted absolute authority over the pensioners. There is a clause which is very, very deliberately being included that it can make a distinction between pensioners on the basis of the date of retirement. And we know that, this is against the D.S. Nakara judgment, which was passed by the Supreme Court in the year 1983, that no distinction can be made. And that pension is not a bounty, but a right. It is a deferred payment. It cannot be denied on any aspect. But then the finance bills, which has been, actually, it has never been done in the history of the country. It has been retrodated. It has been predated to 1/6/1972, which means that the government intends to upset all the favorable court judgments and see that we are going to be differentiated and distinguished on the basis of the year of retirement. And my dear comrades, you must understand that this is going to be a very grave issue. And we have already, in the forum of the NCCPA and the FCPA, we have all come together, we have joined together. The different pensioners associations have joined together. And we have conducted several, very, very successful, protest rallies, human chains, human walls, and march and etc. But we will have to continue the fight. And in the court also we are fighting. We know that we have already filed the case in the Supreme Court. That our case is registered, but it is yet going to be heard. Not only in the courts, of course, your association, of course, and our association also has been in the courts for pension revision. And we got a very favorable judgment from the Principal Bench CAT, New Delhi. But then they've gone to the, the Delhi High Court. And initially, with the Honorable Justice Rekha Pali, we had some favorable judgments, which fined 10,000 each to the DOT and BSNL. And now I don't think that the bench is very favorable to our demands. It has been adjourning things like that. Anyhow, our councils will be fighting the case, but there is one limitation. All court cases will take its own time, their own time, and naturally, it is a delayed process. So, the finance bill, we know, we have to defeat it not only on the organization level, but also at the courts. And so we have filed the case at the Supreme Court, and that is a joint case, filed by NCCPA. So let us hope that we get a favorable judgment. Otherwise, we will have to unite. I have to tell you one thing. Unless we are united, unless we stand as one force, there may be different issues and different ideologies and different thoughts and different opinions. Definitely, when all these opinions are put together on the collective forum, we'll get better decisions, better judgments, and better organizational structure. So let us stand together. Let us forget the differences. Differences are good as long as they contribute to the welfare of the pensioners. So it is the pensioners who should fight together. And I hope that AI, BSNL, PWA, the largest force in the pensioners organization of BSNL, MTNL in the country, will take the lead. And your president and your general secretary and Comrade Ramankutti and all other leaders are capable of doing what they have already done. Let us carry on. And I would highlight one more thing for your information. We have been taking up several cases on the CGHS front, which has yielded very good results. And now the CGHS has become very, very beneficiary friendly. We can go to any hospital. We can, of course, empaneled hospitals. But along with that, as I said, as a matter of unity, SNPW has been running the health insurance scheme, which has benefited so many of us. I think many of my friends sitting here are beneficiaries. I am not here to market the health insurance scheme, but let us remember that our health is very, very important. And all of you, all those who would like to enjoy the benefits of the scheme, already, the beneficiaries are very, very happy about it. And we have been running it for the last 5 years, and we have not discriminated any association or anybody. Any retired BSNL employees can opt for the system. They can come and they are welcome. So with this few words, I don't want to take too much of time because you've got a lot of things on your subject matter, and that will, I do not want to prolong my address. Only thing is that I would like to extend my greetings, my red salute, my felicitations, and all felicitations to the AIBSNL PWA for the successful conduct of this conference, which I am sure will take and deliberate very, very serious issues and take serious resolutions and also make appropriate organizational and other activities. So wish you all the very best. Wish the conference all success. Thank you very much.
We thank Comrade Sebastian. And most of you are aware about G.L. Jogi, a wonderful orator, a big fighter. And very difficult to read his English. So many adjectives will be there. But he is a good orator, good fighter, and he is leading an organization. We are working in tandem. Very frequently, he used to talk to me, we exchange our views. So, on behalf of the conference, we thank Comrade Sebastian. Now, I request Sri M. Shyamkumar, Circle President, All India Retired BSNL Executive Welfare Association. You know that Prahlad Roy is the General Secretary of that association. I request him to address. Thank you.
Respected President, Comrade D. Gopalakrishnan, Honorable Chief Guest, Sri Haibi Eden MP Ernakulam, Comrade B. Varaprasad, General Secretary and Veteran Leader, Comrade P.S. Ramankutty, Advisor CHQ, other distinguished dignitaries and members from my co-associations on the dais, delegates from the various parts of the country, my dear brothers and sisters. A very warm welcome to all of you. It is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to stand before this august gathering and express my heartiest greetings on the occasion of the 6th All India Conference of All India BSNL Pensioners Welfare Association, very, very popularly known as AIBSNL PWA in its abbreviated form. This organization has already earned the admiration of the pensioners across the country through its commitment, consistency, credibility, moreover, visionary leadership over the years. AIBSNL PWA, as we all know, is not just an organization. In fact, it is a movement that has always worked for the collective welfare of both BSNL and DOT pensioners with honesty of purpose and clarity of vision. This association has, through its disciplined and dedicated approach, demonstrated that even in retirement, people who once served in the telecom sector will continue to serve the nation by upholding the values of solidarity, justice, and fairness. I take this opportunity to salute the entire leadership of AIBSNL PWA, particularly Sri D. Gopalakrishnan, V. Varaprasad, and Comrade P.S. Ramankutty for steering the organization. Some names might have missed. These are the prominent figures through which we are having regular interactions. For steering this organization with remarkable wisdom and perseverance. The All India Retired BSNL Executives Welfare Association, AAR BSNL EWA, which I have the privilege to represent, has always maintained a very close and cordial relationship with AABSNL PWA. We have stood together on many platforms at the national level, state and district levels, united by a common purpose and shared ideas. Our cooperation has strengthened the pensioners movement in India. It is a proven fact that when organizations work together in the spirit of fraternity, their voices become stronger, their visions become clearer, and their impact becomes greater. Even as we meet here in the beautiful city of Cochin, as already commented by Honorable MP, our community of pensioners is passing through a challenging phase. Our grave issues such as pension revision, demand for the withdrawal of the recently introduced draconian laws of pension validation with retrospective effect, terms of references related to the pension in the recently constituted 8 CPC, implementation of the long pending benefits, etc., continue to test our collective will. As you all may be knowing, the 8th CPC terms of reference have been finalized, which we were waiting for it. It is very unfortunate to see that there is nothing, any mention of our pension revision, which as already the previous speaker told. In previous CPCs, all the previous CPCs, there is a clear mention of the pension revision that has to be done in parallel with the pay revision of the serving employees. But unfortunately, this time it has not happened. And not only that, there have been some words that really wound us, that we are what we call unfunded people, and we are from the non-contributory group. That means we are termed to be somewhat nearer to wasteless people. That is the approach what is taught. Very alarming, very alarming. We must continue to work not only an association, that's why we should continue not only an association, but also as a united family of telecom pensioners with one voice, one heart, one goal, till the targets are achieved. I would also like to place on record my special appreciation for the reception committee led by Comrade T.P. George, Comrade Padanayer, and the entire Kerala team of your association for their excellent arrangements and hospitality. The warmth and precision with which they have organized this conference truly reflect the spirit of Kerala, God's own country, where commitment and culture go hand in hand. That is our motto, and that is our logo. Commitment and culture both goes hand in hand. Friends, this conference is not just a meeting, it is a celebration of unity, perseverance, and purpose. Let us take inspiration from this gathering to strengthen our joint efforts for resolving our burning issues, grab justice for all of us, attain equality and dignity for all pensioners. On behalf of AR BSNL EWA and my own behalf, I extend my warmest greetings and best wishes for the grand success of the 6th All India Conference of All India BSNL Pensioners Welfare Association. May the deliberation of this conference lead to fruitful outcomes and renewed strength for the entire pensioners movement in India. Also, I pray God to all of you to have a very comfortable stay in Ernakulam on your stay here, and your home reach back very comfortably. And thank you for seeing all of you collectively here. Especially I could see very, very veteran leaders where we together work with me, like Sebastian is there, our GS is there. Everybody, all I could see, these are all very memorable moments for all. Thank you all. Thank you, comrades.
Comrades, on behalf of the conference, we thank Sri M. Shyam Kumar. And as he said, their association and our association are working in tandem on important issues. So we once again thank him. Now, I request Comrade G. N. Ariyanan Nair Circle Secretary, DOT BSNL Pensioners Association, Kerala.
Comrade President, Comrade Varaprasad, Comrade Padnaya, Comrade Shyam Kumar, my friend K.D. Sebastian, P.S. Ramanguti sir, T.S. Vittovan, Sri Anupam Kaur, Sri T.P. George, and my dear pensioners from all over India came here for the conference. Actually, this formation of AIPSNL PWA at Chennai was I also participated, and I too want to join that organization at that time. But one problem was there. We were formed, our association before that, including pensioners retired from DOT. That is why our pension association, DOT BSNL Pensioners Association. Actually, the formation of the association at that time was only to join and see what happening to the pensioners once after their retirement. But there in Chennai meeting, I went the early day for informing our commerce. All the commerce there for formation was my colleagues in the trade union field. I requested them to include in the bylaw to admit pensioners from DOT also. But unfortunately, it could not took place. That is why we could not join that association, because we have our DOT pensioners who were our friends and members till the next day of 1/10/2000. So we formed the association, we are sending, and we are working. But now we are working together on the banner of CBMPA, which took a great lead in the formation of, on the settlement of revision of pension of our DOT BSNL pensioners. But still, it is not matured. These pensioners sitting in the in the hall, came through very hot agitations in their working days, their service days. That is why they came here from Kashmir to this place and all over India. Because of that spirit they are having still now. So we can, I emphasize that we can get our legitimate pension revision and future pension revisions with the help of all these pensioners and the leaders in the dais. Comrades, we have already discussed several problems, and you may be discussing your problems and other things. Now the Pensioners Forum is there, Pensioners Forum, and our CBMPA is there. Our CBMPA, I think somebody may not be knowing the full form, Committee on BSNL DOT Pensioners Association Committee, CBMPA, MTNL Pensioners Association. That we have our own committee. We were discussing our problems. We once met our member services at Delhi, is not, for charting out the pension revision. He agreed at that time. You know, these people, what they are, from the very beginning of my service, they are treating us, because once they tell us we will do everything, you did not mind. Like that, we also trapped, CBMB also trapped. How this minister, Vaishnava, Ashwini Vaishnava, when our members met, he told them that we are not regarding the verdict from Delhi High Court. we are not going to any appeal, we will implement it like that. But they didn't do it. They were, and from the back door, they are collecting details for appeal. Then this, our members cannot give this thing. The verdict was to implement it in 12 months. It is in December, last December is the time for the implementation. But they didn't do. They went on collecting these materials for the appeal. So we could not give a contempt of court. Like that, they are also the this us. In this way, always they have no this saying that these pensioners, their flood is in the BSNL for the present working and all. So many times we were agitated. Again, we have to go in for agitation. Be ready for agitation because this pension bill, finance bill 2025, which was passed in the parliament on March 23, is very dangerous to us. And they told when they are doing pressure because when our comrades met minister, even minister, they told it will not affect you. But in the court, they presented it once. This judge told whether they have right for holding this thing. Then the additional solicitor general told that we have the right. Government has passed this order on this finance bill 2025. It gives them right. So they are telling one thing and doing another thing. I am not going much on these things. You all know this. Otherwise, you will be discussing everything in the meeting today. So I am very happy to with you in this meeting because most of the people we were working together in the service associations and organizations. And I wish all the success for your all ventures. And with this, I wish all success and all best wishes for the 6th All India Conference of this association. And I also wish all wishes for the coming office bearers of the CHU of this association who are going to be elected on tomorrow. I extend my sincere thanks to all and all of you for inviting me and giving me a chance to see you all, and I wish you all success. Thank you all the best wishes. Thank you, thank you.
Comrades, these three organizations, pensioners associations, are in agreement with our demand. The pension revision on the basis of 7th Central Pay Commission. As he referred, we formed a CBMPA, Committee of BSNL MTNL Pensioners Association. The associations are part and parcel of that committee. And consciously, we have taken a decision and we are pursuing it. So these leaders have expressed their opinion on that demand as well as on Validation Act. So, respecting our invitation, these leaders have come and greeted our conference. On behalf of this conference, I thank all the three comrades. Now, I request our General Secretary, Comrade Varaprasad, to address the conference.
Comrades, welcome to leaders of AA, BSNL, PWA, from all over India. My hearty welcome to all of you. Comrade President, leaders on the dais, Comrade Raman Kuti, Comrade K.D. Sebastian of SNPWA, Comrade M. Shamakumar of AR BSNL EWA, Comrade G.N. Hariharan Nair of DOT BSNL PWA, Comrade R.N. Padanayar, Chairman Reception Committee, Comrade T.P. George, Convener Reception Committee, and Honorable Member of Parliament, Sri Hebe Eden. And circle secretaries, working committee members, district secretaries, delegates from all over the country. We are here from 22 circles. We are here from 400 district unions, branch unions throughout the country. We are here representing 82,000 life members of our association. A very big organization. There is no parallel. It's a pleasure to extend a warm and hearty welcome to all of you. Here, as per our constitution, amended constitution, 800 delegates are eligible to participate. Suppose we allow 2,000 delegates will be here. If you allow 3,000 delegates also will be here. But because of paucity of space, because of paucity of money, of course, as far as we are concerned, we don't find any time difficult for money. But space and accommodating so many people and in neither places is a very, very difficult task everywhere in the country. The country has changed a lot and it has become a congested thing everywhere. And therefore we are limited. So there are only 800 delegates here and few hundred more observers in this conference. I welcome all of you. And we will be sitting here today and tomorrow also discussing various issues in detail afterwards, after this open session is completed. At the outset, I place on record our deep appreciation to the Kerala Circle and especially to the Ernakulam district for hosting this conference. And we have taken a decision in our CWC at Patiala that we have to hold our next conference in 2025. So we took the decision of hosting the next conference in 2025 somewhere, in 2024 September in CWC Patiala. Then Comrade Raman Kuti has come forward and they have already discussed it. They have attended the CWC at Patiala, having discussed this issue in brief to hold the next conference at Kerala. So we were very happy to immediately accept that invitation, because holding a conference in such a big mega bay is a very, very stupendous task and a very difficult affair. And therefore we have to find it. Next conference we will hold is a big question actually. In Visakhapatnam, when the conference was held in 2022, we had an experience. And of course we have done it. And we will be doing it also in future. I don't have any doubt about it, but it is still a difficult task because people are getting old. And whatever commitment the people in the old ages, in the earlier years, it will be they will not find strength to continue that spirit again. And therefore, holding a conference will be a very difficult task, and that difficult task was proposed by Comrade Raman Kutty at the age of 81, 82. See, respecting his commitment, Kerala Circle as a whole, all districts, not only Ernakulam, every district of Kerala has come forward and they have contributed men, material, money. Everything they have contributed in a greater extent. I really congratulate all of them. I really thank all of them to having come forward to give such a helping hand to the AA BSNL PWA from Kerala Circle. The reception committee, of course, under the able leadership of Comrade Raman Kutty, Patanayer and Chippy George, and young and energetic Comrade Swami, Krishna Swami. And they were working to hold this conference today, tomorrow, yesterday, from the last 1 year. First they started forming committees. They have toured all the districts. They raised the resources required to hold this. And the estimated expenditure of this conference was around 1 crore. 1 crore rupees to hold a conference, nobody can think of actually. And we are doing this. Our ABSNL BWA is doing this now. And Kerala itself has given more than 50% of that. I don't think this much applause is not sufficient. Some more is required for them. All of you, comrades, sitting behind. Very big thanks to Kerala Circle, sir. We are indeed honored by the presence of Honorable Member of Parliament, Sri Hebe Eden, who has graciously inaugurated this open session. He is really gracious. His presence itself has looked gracious, in fact, and his words are more gracious. Very assuring young leader from Ernakulam. We really thank him. Our Honorable President has already praised him in many words. Whoever party he belonged to, he said, you are good, you are commendable and all that. And we all endorse that. And we thank him. Comrades, before I move to the issues before us, AA BSNL PWA has completed 17 years of dedicated service. As far as membership growth is concerned, we have enrolled around 12,000 new life members during this period since last AAC. 12,000 new members have been joined, and that is how it has become 82,000. 12,000 new members in the recent past, in 3 years. The 12,000 membership, total membership was not there for certain associations. You see, that is the difference. I am very happy to inform you that the ABSNL PWA has been included as the member of Standing Committee of Voluntary Organizations, SCOVA. See, our association is now a member. Membership is on a tenure basis. So for the next 2 years, we will be representing in SCOVA on behalf of all telecom pensioners. Not only ABSNL PWA members, we represent every member of the telecom community. And we shall use this opportunity to the best advantage of pensioners as a whole. Comrade, you know that we have already won our case of pension revision in PB Cat Delhi some 3 years back. That was our biggest victory, in fact. When government says that you are not eligible for pension revision unless pay is revised, and we have fought this case in legally, when the government clearly indicated that we are not going to help you. It is a policy decision that pension cannot be revised without a pay revision. Then we don't have any other alternative except to seek a legal remedy, and we filed a case. And we won the case in PB Cat. What is that? It is on the basis of the parity with the central pensioners. As per 7 CPC recommendations, our pension also needs to be revised. That was our demand, and it was accepted by Honorable Court in Cat Delhi. And we sought the intervention of the minister. We met them. He assured, but his word was not kept. The government and DOT has made an appeal in High Court, and we are fighting that case in High Court also. And as you know, so many adjournments have taken place. It is coming to a logical conclusion. The case was heard. Thank you. The case was coming to a logical conclusion, in fact. Not much of things were left for hearing. Next 1 or 2 sittings are sufficient to conclude the matter in the case, And as far as our information and our understanding, as far as the case is continuing in the case, we are very confident that we will win the case in High Court also. We are going to win because government has DOT has no further argument to support its arbitrary stand. So when we are fighting our pension revision case, seeking parity with the central government pensioners, it is a justified demand because we came from DOT, and had we continued in DOT, we would have got all those things as per CPC recommendations. Now when we formed the BSNL, we are given to understand the intent of the Rule 37A is to protect your pension and is to protect your pension revision also. That was the real intent of the Rule 37A. It was worded accordingly only. But the government says you are drawing a IDA pension, IDA is different, CDA is different, now you are in PSU, you can't get it. All these arguments were done, and these arguments have fought and flat in courts. This is the fighting we are running on for some time. Then suddenly a validation act has come. When we are seeking parity with the central government pensioners, this validation act is threatening the very pension of all the community, entire country's community, pensioners community. This validation act denies both pension and pension revision. Whether there is a question whether it applies to BSNL people, BSNL retirees. Yes, it applies. There need not be any doubt. We are very correct when we say that this will apply to BSNL pensioners also in a way that we are getting pension under CCS pension rules only. We are getting pension from Consolidated Fund of India. So this validation act, government has clearly told in the act itself that this act will apply to all pensioners under CCS pension rules, and it applies to all pensioners who are getting their pension under CCS, Consolidated Fund of India. The very nomenclature heading of the act itself shows that it is principles of this expenditure. That means they wanted to control the expenditure on the budget. And it was not the first time. The government was having this idea for some time back also. You must be remembering when Arun Jaitley in the parliament itself, he said, in future there may not be pay commissions. Future commissions may not be there, like that. He has commented at one point of time. And he has opened his mind. And from that time onwards, they wanted to control the pension. Because there will be many pressures on the government from other things. They are interested not to spend money on pension. So when your pension budget is increasing, and government is facing a contempt petition against on this S30 Pensioner Association case. So to avoid that embarrassment immediately, the bureaucracy and the legislature have come together and passed the legislation. The legislation is to deny the pension in future. Whatever they are paying today, it may remain, but it will remain static only for central government pensioners also, as per this law. The future revision is not there. So when Nakara case was won, before that this was the situation. The earlier central pay commissions, first, second, third, they never discussed about pension revision. Only pay revision issues were they used to recommend. Government implements them. Whenever a pension revision issue is raised out of that forum, the government has got a discretion to pay or to deny. So it was a discretion of the government and not bounded by any recommendation of a statutory committee. And that situation, after Nakara, this has become a statutory obligation on the part of the government to consider the pension revision also whenever pay commissions are formed. The Supreme Court ruling says whenever pay is revised, pension also is to be revised. Because there cannot be a distinction between past and present on the basis of their date of retirement, and everyone is equal according to the Constitution. Every citizen is equal in the country, and therefore a pensioner also is a citizen, and moreover a senior citizen. He cannot be discriminated. But the Act says that the distinction can be maintained. And distinction is inevitable. You see, the government mind. Distinction can be maintained. Now, so far, all courts are telling that distinction cannot be maintained. All are equal. Date of retirement cannot be the criteria for a decision on pension. That was the mandate given by the Supreme Court. Now, dishonoring all those mandates, the government says that the distinction can be maintained, and it is inevitable. Inevitable in the sense, they are showing the financial burden. Maintained means you don't seek parity with any pensioner and all that. And immediately after this, 8th CPC. The timing of the Act also is very much in mind for the government. 8th CPC was announced in January. This Act has come in March. Commission has been now formed. So before formation of the Central Pay Commission, they wanted to see that the Validation Act is passed, and this Validation Act should be kept in mind by the Commission when it gives its recommendations. It is giving a clear signal and warning to the commission members. You have to think in this frame only. So when we go to pay commission now for a pension revision, pay commission says, Arey Baba, there is no reference to me to at least hear you. HCPC terms of reference are so missing that the pension revision and pension, the word itself is missing in that. It was the very first time. Fourth CPC was there, fifth CPC was there, sixth CPC was there, and the earlier CPCs, they have amended the clause to include that the recommendations of the pension are required. In some instances, the CPC terms of references were amended. Now the whole word of pension and pension revision was missing in the terms of reference. Now also our friends, some of the friends are telling that earlier it was included, amended, now also they will amend it. Before the announcement of this terms of reference, so many friends have concluded that the government is not so stubborn. It will definitely include that the 8th CPC terms will come and it will be favorable to you. We need not worry about it. This agitation is not required at all. All these arguments have come. But they were proved wrong when the terms of reference were notified. And it is first time that everything in the 8th CPC was changed. No previous precedence was taken into consideration. The very committee of the composition of the commission has been changed. The terms of reference have been changed. The timing has been changed. And now, according to the government that mind, it is very, very dangerous that even the arrears also will become a problem. Date of effect of the ICPC need not be from 1/1/2026, according to government notification. It can be anything else. The government has got that power, discretionary power. So far, courts were telling that you don't have power to distinguish. Now, government has acquired a lot of power to distinguish, discriminate, and all these things. So, whenever the pay commission recommendations, HCPC recommendations are bound to implement, the government may take a different date of effect. The government may honor the recommendations of the CPCs. It can be on a different date also, even for serving employees. Because they have included in the Validation Act that it is a burden on the government structure, pay structure, to examine all these things they have written. So in the guise of that, the government will use its discretions and arbitrariness in deciding the things in future for both serving employees and for pensioners also. Pensioners, of course, there was no reference now, and the pay commission cannot speak. And after this pay is revised, the pension is a question. Now we are telling that in the PSU there was no pension revision. Now in central government also there is no pension revision. PSUs are seeking parity with the central government. The government has now granted the parity by removing that from the central government pensioners. You see the danger of the government act. So therefore we have to challenge this act. We have challenged on streets, we have challenged in meetings, we have challenged on roads, we have challenged on paper, we have challenged through our MPs, and we have done everything. But the government, in spite of all these challenges, the terms of reference shows the neglect of the government as far as the security of the pensioners. So we have decided to work in tandem with all central pensioner associations under the umbrella of FCPA, Forum of Civil Pensioner Association. We have become a part of that, and we have done whatever action program has been taken so far. We are a party to it, and we have actively participated in all these struggles so far. And filing a case in Supreme Court also has been done, and it was admitted now, and that process will continue, and we will be monitoring that also. And therefore, we are committed. We are committed to see the logical conclusion of our pending demand of pension revision. Whatever focus is required on pension revision and the case on pension revision is required, that will be fully given. And whatever action is required on behalf of BSNL, PWA, to protect, to challenge the Validation Act, both on street and in Supreme Court, that also we are committed to continue our fight along with the other pensioner associations. And that, of course, we will be discussing in detail, and we will pass the resolutions to that extent. And these are all the decisions we have already taken. These are to be continued. And this body will take note of all these things to continue our fight both on these two issues, very, very particularly. And no new decision is required. There cannot be any U-turn. There need not be any U-turn on all these issues, and we will continue our path very, very steadfastly, and we will see that these things are logically concluded. So, comrade, this All India conference must be very practical, pragmatic, and purposeful. And we have spent considerable effort and resources to hold this event, and it must lead to clear resolutions. I also place on record my heartfelt thanks to the entire reception committee. And I thank all of you. And let us be very, very disciplined in our proceedings, that to commence from afternoon of this conference till next day. And let us not waste our time on petty issues. And let us go unitedly. Let us take all decisions with a conscience. There need not be any difference of opinion. And let us go strong, steady. Thank you, comrades. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Now, I request our advisor, Comrade Raman Gutti, to address the conference.
Namaskar. I'm an advisor, but I don't advise anybody. I don't advise even my wife also. And she never cares me, even if I advise. The other day, I gave an order on Amazon for something, some T-shirt or something. She asked me to cancel that order immediately. I asked why. I said, this is not a good, you don't know the quality of the things. You are an old man. She told me like that. I accept. Old people used to speak too much also. And I don't have that habit. Deliberately, I have learned how to keep silent. So I will not take much time. When the conference started, the open session, inaugural session started, there was no space for all the comrades to sit. In this hall, they have provided 1,135 chairs. but it was not sufficient for our comrades. That is the way we have grown up. In 2009, August, when we met in Chennai, East Tambaram, formation conference, there were 456 delegates. Not delegates, pensioners who came on their own, because there was no organization to elect delegates. They came their own and attended the conference. We formed this association. I was elected as General Secretary. There was no money in my pocket at that time. I am the poorest man amongst you all, even now. At that time also I was the poorest man. And I openly told I don't have any fund with me to start the functioning. Immediately Karnataka comrades stood up and said, we are giving you 10,000 rupees advance quota. That is why we started our functioning. That is a story. And late Chetu Singh, his photo you have seen, a vibrant leader. He gave another 5,000 rupees as advance quota from Delhi circle. Kerala comrades gave some 4,000. And the delegates who were present there on hearing my words, they donated another 4,500. The reception committee for the formation conference, they donated entire amount balance to us. That 28,000 or something. 33,000 I think. That is how we started the function.